It's for a choir, I think it's kind of like hitting Mecca. We are part of the sacred art tradition of music, which means we sing a lot of music by classical composers, Bach and Handel, but a large part of our repertoire comes from the English church composers because we're associated with the Church of England, of course, and it is music appropriate to our worship. And to go back to England and actually sing that music in the type of space for which it was conceived ends up just being an incredible thrill. It's awe-inspiring to be in the space. It's incredibly rewarding to hear the music coming back to you because of the reverberation, and to just experience that music in the context of what it was written for is just a true gift. So we worked very hard, and the people in the choir did a phenomenal job of pulling it all together. But
it's always difficult to find specific words that I know someone else would understand to talk about this experience. But there were moments in worship, because we had been so thoroughly rehearsed and educated about what we were doing, why we were doing it, why we were there, when you knew the presence of the Holy Spirit was alive. There were liminal moments when you just sensed being part of a community from the beginning of time and on into all of eternity. And those are what we call liminal moments. And you don't get that any other way than by being a part of a community with all the bumps and wrinkles and hiccups along the way, and just continuing in faith that this is why you're here. It was amazing, just amazing.
Well, singing at Lincoln Cathedral had to have been a peak experience of my life, without question. And I didn't really know what to expect, except a real big cathedral, which it is. It's 800 years old. For 250 years, it was the largest building in the world. And it's an immense singing space. And so we knew it would be something special to be there. But what I guess I didn't realize until I was actually there singing was what a really a group spiritual experience it was. It wasn't a solitary monastic time of reflection. We were singing 3-4 hours a day as a group, and so we came spiritually to that space as a group, trying to make the best music that we could. And Don Horisberger told us at one point that he said, "Remember, this is not a performance. This is for God. So we're doing it as best we possibly can, not because we want to impress the people in the service or the tourists who stop to listen, but because it's a gift to God." And what I think struck me was how much I felt a part of the history of that place. And as a group, I think we all felt that. Had been thousands of workers who had, men and women both, who had built that edifice and carved the stone, carved the wood, made that entity, and thousands of singers over a period of 800 years. And we sang some of the exact same music that they've sung there for 800 years. And in fact, some of the Latin pieces we sang, some of the melodies, were even older. They were 1,000, 1,200 years old, monastic pieces. And we became part of that long history.
And we worked very hard. One of the things that stays with me as a memory the most is the worn stones that we had a very formal procession into the cathedral, and silent with our hands clasped, walking over the graves of bishops and priests hundreds and hundreds of years old. and walking down steps that were worn by the choirs that have gone before, singing the hymns and psalms of praise that we were being privileged to offer in that amazing space. So the sense of history was palpable, and that now our feet have worn some of those steps, including the 30 steps that we had to go up the circular staircase to the song school. That was a stone, unlighted, steep, irregular, circular staircase, 30 steps, twice a day at least. And now our footprints are there too.